Chia seeds are one of the healthiest foods on the planet. But what if I told you that most people are eating them completely wrong? Not just slightly wrong, but in ways that could actually be sabotaging your digestion, blocking nutrient absorption, and even causing serious discomfort without you realizing it. It sounds surprising, right? Because everywhere you look, chia seeds are promoted as a superfood, something you can just sprinkle onto anything and instantly become healthier. But here's the truth no one really talks about. If you've ever added dried chia seeds straight into your smoothie, or sprinkled them on top of yogurt thinking you're doing something good for your body, or even taken a spoonful and washed it down with water, you might be making one of the biggest mistakes people make with this food. And the worst part is, these habits are incredibly common. The problem isn't chia seeds themselves. They are incredibly powerful when used correctly. The problem is how we use them. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what's going wrong. In this video, you'll discover the 5 biggest chia seed mistakes that almost everyone makes, and more importantly, how to fix them in a simple, practical way. By the end, you'll know exactly how to eat chia seeds properly, so your body can actually absorb the nutrients, improve digestion, and give you the benefits you've been expecting all along. Let's get into it. Now here's where things start to get interesting, because most people don't realize they're making mistakes with chia seeds at all. They just assume that because it's labeled as a superfood, there's no wrong way to eat it. But in reality, there are 5 very common mistakes that keep showing up over and over again. And chances are, you might be making at least one of them right now. The first mistake is eating chia seeds dry. This is probably the most common one. People sprinkle them directly onto salads, yogurt, or cereal, or even worse, they take a spoonful and wash it down with water. It seems harmless, but this habit can actually lead to discomfort in your throat or digestive system. Some people even experience a feeling of heaviness or mild blockage, especially if they don't drink enough water afterward. It's one of those small habits that doesn't feel wrong in the moment, but your body definitely notices. The second mistake is eating too much at once. Because chia seeds are considered healthy, many people think more is better. So instead of a small serving, they add 2, 3, or even 4 tablespoons into a single meal. What they don't realize is that chia seeds are extremely high in fiber, and suddenly increasing your fiber intake like that can overwhelm your digestive system. The result? Bloating, gas, and sometimes even constipation. Instead of feeling healthier, you end up feeling uncomfortable. The third mistake is not soaking them properly. Some people do know that chia seeds should be soaked, but they don't give it enough time. They might let it sit for just a few minutes and assume that's enough. But partially soaked chia seeds can still be difficult for your body to process, and you don't get the full benefit of their texture or nutrient availability. The fourth mistake is pairing chia seeds incorrectly, eating them on their own, or with foods that lack complementary nutrients, limits how effective they really are. You might be consuming something healthy, but not maximizing its potential. And finally, the fifth mistake is expecting instant results. A lot of people start eating chia seeds and expect immediate weight loss, better skin, or more energy within a few days. When that doesn't happen, they get discouraged and stop altogether. The truth is, these mistakes are incredibly common, and most people never even realize they're doing anything wrong. To really understand why these mistakes matter, we need to look at what actually happens inside your body when you eat chia seeds. Because once you understand the mechanism, everything starts to make sense, and you'll never look at them the same way again. Chia seeds have a very unique property. They can absorb up to 10 to 12 times their weight in water. When they come into contact with liquid, they form a gel-like coating around each tiny seed. This gel is made from soluble fiber, and it's one of the main reasons chia seeds are considered so beneficial. It slows down digestion, helps stabilize blood sugar, and keeps you feeling full longer. But this same property is also what makes them problematic when used incorrectly. When you eat chia seeds dry, they don't immediately expand in your mouth. Instead, they begin absorbing liquid wherever they go next. That means they can start expanding in your esophagus or in your stomach. Think of it like putting a dry sponge into your body and only adding water afterward. The sponge is going to expand wherever it is, and that's not always comfortable. This is why some people experience that heavy, bloated feeling or even mild discomfort after eating dry chia seeds. Now let's talk about fiber, because this is where things get even more important. Chia seeds are extremely high in fiber, especially soluble fiber. While fiber is essential for good digestion, your body needs time to adapt to it. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, and these bacteria help break down the fiber you eat. But when you suddenly introduce a large amount of fiber all at once, your gut bacteria can't keep up. The result is fermentation happening too quickly, which leads to gas, bloating, and discomfort. This is why eating too many chia seeds at once can actually backfire. Instead of improving your digestion, it overwhelms your system. It's not that fiber is bad, it's that the dose and timing matter. Another key factor is nutrient absorption. Chia seeds contain important nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, magnesium, and antioxidants. But here's the thing. Your body can't fully access these nutrients if the seeds aren't properly prepared. When chia seeds are soaked, the gel that forms around them actually makes it easier for your digestive system to break them down and absorb what's inside. Without that process, some of those nutrients simply pass through your system unused. Hydration also plays a major role here. Fiber works best when it has enough water to bind to. If you're eating chia seeds but not drinking enough water throughout the day, you're essentially creating a situation where the fiber can slow down your digestion instead of supporting it. That's when people start experiencing constipation or discomfort, even though they're eating something healthy. Then there's the idea of food synergy. Nutrients don't work in isolation. When you combine chia seeds with other foods, like fruits rich in vitamin C or protein-rich foods, you enhance how your body uses those nutrients. For example, pairing chia seeds with berries not only improves taste, but also supports better absorption of certain minerals. And finally, expectations. Chia seeds are powerful, but they're not magic. They don't instantly burn fat or transform your health overnight. What they do is support your body over time. They help regulate digestion, provide steady energy, and contribute to overall nutritional balance. But this only happens when they are used consistently and correctly. So when you look at all of this together, you start to see the bigger picture. It's not just about eating chia seeds. It's about how you eat them, how much you eat, and how your body responds over time. Now that you understand what's really happening inside your body, the good news is that fixing these mistakes is actually very simple. You don't need to completely change your diet or give up chia seeds. In fact, when used correctly, they can become one of the easiest and most powerful additions to your daily routine. The first and most important step is to always soak your chia seeds. This one habit alone solves a huge number of problems. When you soak chia seeds for at least 20 to 30 minutes, or ideally overnight, they fully absorb water and form that gel-like texture we talked about earlier. This makes them much easier to digest and significantly safer to consume. A simple ratio to follow is about 1 tablespoon of chia seeds to 5 or 6 tablespoons of water. Stir them well, let them sit, and you'll notice how they transform into a pudding-like consistency. That's exactly what you want. The second step is to start small. Even though chia seeds are healthy, your body still needs time to adjust, especially because of the high fiber content. Instead of jumping straight into large portions, begin with about 1 tablespoon per day. Pay attention to how your body feels, and then gradually increase your intake if needed. Most people do very well with 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, and there's usually no need to go beyond that. Next, make sure you stay hydrated. This might sound basic, but it's absolutely essential. Since chia seeds absorb so much water, your body needs enough fluid to support that process. Drinking water throughout the day helps the fiber do its job properly, supporting smooth digestion instead of slowing it down. Another powerful improvement comes from pairing chia seeds with the right foods. Instead of eating them alone, combine them with nutrient-rich ingredients. For example, mixing chia seeds with yogurt and berries creates a balanced combination of protein, fiber, and antioxidants. Adding them to a smoothie with fruits and a source of protein not only improves taste but also enhances how your body uses those nutrients. Even something as simple as chia pudding made with almond milk can be a great, easy option. Consistency is also key. One of the biggest mistakes people make is using chia seeds randomly and expecting results. Instead, think of them as a daily habit. When you consume them regularly in the right way, you start to notice gradual improvements, better digestion, more stable energy, and a feeling of fullness that helps you manage your overall food intake more effectively. And here's a small bonus tip that many people overlook. If you want to make it even easier for your body to absorb the nutrients, you can grind chia seeds before consuming them. This breaks down the outer layer and allows your body to access the nutrients more quickly. It's not required, but it can be helpful, especially if you're focused on maximizing benefits. When you put all of this together, it becomes clear that chia seeds aren't complicated. It's just about using them the right way, in the right amount, and with a little bit of consistency. So when you look back at everything we've covered, it really comes down to this. Chia seeds are not the problem. In fact, they can be one of the simplest and most powerful tools you can add to your daily nutrition. But only if you avoid these 5 common mistakes. When you stop eating them dry, control your portions, soak them properly, combine them with the right foods, and stay consistent, you finally start to experience the benefits people talk about: better digestion, more stable energy, and a healthier overall routine. Now I'm curious about you. Which of these mistakes have you been making? Maybe it's eating them dry, or maybe it's just expecting results too quickly. Let me know in the comments below, because I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more simple, science-based nutrition tips that actually work in real life. Also, don't miss the next video where I show you the best time to eat chia seeds for maximum results. I'll see you there.